What's up guys, Ryan here with Pew Deals, and today we are going to be covering different ways of carrying firearms, the pros and cons. From my perspective, I carry pretty much all day, every day, but I'm also a civilian and just an average guy, not a crazy fit guy. You know, I'm not living in the ghetto where I feel like I need to be ready at a second's notice. I also go to the range a lot, so I have setups for being at the range. I have setups for various methods of carry, whether it's winter and heavy clothes or summer and shorts and all sorts of different things in between. So what I thought I would do today is create a video showing actual times of draw for me to, in order to be able to dry fire, and then also just kind of walk through the different setups that I carry and what they do and why I carry them, and a little bit of when. And I've got it into 4 different categories here, and yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So to start out, before we start, magazines are empty, rounds are clear of the area that we are working in, and of course we will verify that everything is unloaded and all that fun stuff. So so have a look here and verify that this guy is in fact empty. So getting into the setups that I have here, I have a Palmetto State Armory dagger micro. We'll say there are obviously 3 different sizes of dagger. This is the dagger micro, so this is equivalent to Glock 43X, something like that. Threaded barrel, red dot, trigger is what it is. It's about 5.5 pounds. 3-dot white sight, but I'm using the red dot. And that guy belongs to the Safariland Incog-X 15-round magazine. And that is that setup. That is an inside the waistband appendix carry holster designed with Travis Haley and Safariland, and I absolutely love it. Going to the left side here, let me step around. I have my original Smith & Wesson Shield. I bought this guy, I really wish I knew the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it was either late 2009 or early 2010, and that is the 7 and 8 round magazine. I have got the 8 round here, and I just have some hockey tape there. And then I typically carry this guy in the Bravo Concealment. This is a passive retention holster. It is adjustable, but it just clicks into place, and that is what it is. This also does have a manual safety, whereas this does not. And also, going back to the right side here, the Blackhawk L2C. This is a level 2 retention holster with a thumb release right here. That belongs to the Smith & Wesson Shield. So if I'm at the range, not necessarily in training mode, but just having fun out there with my buddies, I'll wear that guy. Or even sometimes if I hunt, I'll wear that guy where I'm not concerned about concealment, where typically on the day-to-day, I'm gonna wear this guy. And then lastly, I have my Vertx Everyday Fanny Pack here. I rotate between this and the Everly stock Bando and the Bando XL, pretty much on the regular. So that explains kind of the basic setup. So this is like my average everyday carry. I don't appendix carry as much as maybe I should, but I like having other gear with me. I like having a flashlight. I like having a tourniquet, quick clot, those kind of things. And I've got more room in here to do that sort of thing. So honestly, a lot of the time now, I am carrying with a fanny pack. But if I'm just going out for a walk or something like that, then I will typically grab the Bravo Concealment and the Shield and go that way. So now let's go ahead and explain a little bit about the fanny pack, since it is a little bit of a different animal if you're new to that world, and how I carry. So first off, what you don't want to do, especially with something like this guy, is throw a mag in there, chamber around, and throw it in here and take off. You probably are going to end up shooting yourself or someone. So you definitely need to understand that this is fabric, and you know, it's not that robust as far as protecting the trigger. In fact, it doesn't really do it at all. So in this particular setup, I have a separate holster that is Velcroed into place in here, and that is for my Smith & Wesson Shield. So this guy actually fits right in there like that. So the trigger is covered, and it also will come out as well, so I can draw it. And you'll see that in the video as well. Most fanny packs will have some kind of a loop in here where you can attach a trigger guard and be able to just pull the pistol and it'll break away. But I run it like that just because I already have this holster and I didn't use it. It's an IWB and I don't really carry IWB very much, which we will talk about as well. So that is why I carry that way in there. And then I don't have this fully packed right now, but I've still got some other stuff. I got a boo-boo kit in there, some dog poop bags for my dog, lighter, and my little Streamlight EDC. I think that's the macro stream, yeah. So that is just kind of my EDC, along with the knife that's in my pocket. So that is my typical go-to setup. One negative that I would say about most inside the waistband holsters, and for me this falls in there as well, is that I have the original Groove Life belt and it's a set it and forget it. There's a little bit of flex to it, which is nice, but it's not really adjustable. It doesn't have ratchets or anything like that. So when I want to go from a fanny pack to an IWB, I need to adjust my belt a little bit to make room for the gun and the holster and all that stuff. Where if I go with something like the Bravo Concealment, it's actually an outside the waistband holster, but unlike something like the Blackhawk, which stands off from your body quite a bit, the Bravo Concealment is extremely thin and it's also shaped to your body. So while it is an outside the waistband holster and does not require me to adjust my belt, it wears very similar to an inside the waistband holster and I don't have to adjust anything. It conceals very well. It holds tight up against your body. So that is that. Now, we're gonna go into phase 2 of this video. So what I'm gonna do is dry fire each of these scenarios 3 times. I'll put the times up on the screen and then we'll average them out and see. Firing from your draw position is not the only factor, but it is important. So also one note difference, while I train with this a lot, this does have an external safety, so there is one process difference between the Dagger Micro and the Smith & Wesson Shield, but I train that way, so I do not carry with the safety off. I carry safety on, draw, click, present, bang. So that's me. So we're gonna cut to the second part of this and we'll put all the times up and then we'll wrap up at the end. All right, guys, so we are wrapping this video up. As you saw going through here, we had pretty similar results between all the different holsters themselves. And I do want to reiterate, this is me. I'm an average guy. I'm still overweight. I've lost quite a bit of weight, but getting healthier and getting used to carrying in different ways. And all of the holsters are the same as far as time. They were within just like a very small, like 1/10 of a second of each other, which is probably just my variance. But also, I want to touch on a couple other things. So first off, retention is great if that's something that you feel you need, but also the outside the waistband holster, unless you're an old-timey FUD with your 1911 sticking out, that's antiquated. I would strongly suggest against open carry for most situations. Of course, if I go hunting It's not a big deal. Not only do I have my pistol on my side, but you know, I've probably got a bow in my hand or my rifle, or you know, 12 gauge if I'm turkey hunting, something like that. So it's kind of known that you're armed in those situations. But if I'm just at the gas station or you know, grocery shopping, out to eat with my family, whatever, I don't want to advertise that I am armed. That kind of makes you the target. So that's where I really like the inside the waistband holster, or the outside the waistband, sort of inside the waistband, very concealable outside the waistband holster like the Bravo Concealment. And for most people, the fanny pack is fine, but to be honest, if I see, and I have had this happen a few times, if I see a bando bag or if I see a Vertx Everyday Fanny Pack, it's almost like how you do the motorcycle or the Jeep Wave. I realize why you got that particular pack. So it is kind of a dead giveaway that you're, you know, carrying in there. But I think the average person isn't going to pick up on that. So with that said, I'm curious your results if you dry fire, if you train in different scenarios, and how you would handle this, what you carry. So please sound off in the comments. Not only does it help Pew Deals grow, because it's really hard to grow on YouTube when you're a firearm related channel. They like to drive down engagement, but I'm really curious what you guys do. So this is what I do in a variety. This covers like 90+% of the situations that I'm going to carry in, and I'm just curious your thoughts. So like and subscribe and all that fun stuff that everybody tells you to do that you don't really care to do, but please do it. It really does help us, especially at the stage we're at. And then also just sound off in the comments. I want to know what you think. So I read every one of them and reply to most of them. So thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great day.